Okay, that took me a minute. I had to go find me an appropriate hat to get on the live stream here tonight. We'll give it a second or two for the stream to stabilize and for a few people to join in before I get started. Okay, that took me a minute. I had to go find me an appropriate hat to get on the live stream here tonight. Let me yeah, I guess I'm okay. I've changed my camera angle tonight, kind of put it over here at this angle. Let me turn some lights on here, get some ambience going. I'm going to tell you about a junk buy I got at Amazon. See, I don't like that color. Let's pick something else. That's kind of appropriate. Same color as the accent light behind me. Anyways, welcome to the live stream. This is Ron Durant, photographer in East Tennessee. If you're joining me for the first time, we're going to be on here for a little while, so feel free to come in and go as you please. I got a lot of things I want to talk about tonight, and you know, let's kind of spread it out just a little bit, okay? Hey, Joe Wiseman, how you doing, Joe? We're getting ready to start up here in just a second. Normally, well, the last couple Fridays, I got several channels, okay, if y'all don't know that already. Now let me turn this other accent light on. Hold on a minute. Boy, I got all these lights to turn on and... Oh, come on now. There it goes. Yeah, maybe that's a little better. I don't know. That might be a little too bright. I got to get to the back of that light and tone it down some. I've been working on my lighting in my studio here. That's not bad, it's 29%. Let's bring the Kelvin down to about 5,500. See how that looks. About like that, 5,900, good enough. Let's see if that makes me look any better. Yeah, a little bit, okay. I've got a lantern softbox up here, and I'm getting ready to change that out and get something different. And anyways, yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. So I got my accent light right here in front of me. You can't hardly see it. Let's see if I can turn the camera just a little bit. See if you can see it right there. It's mounted on my pole. And then of course I got my accent lights behind me and my little warm light right over here, just a little bit. Anyways, yeah, so welcome to the live stream. And I got some things I want to talk about tonight. First off, I want to talk about, I got a trip coming up on Sunday. I took a week off of work. You know, I retire on December 31st. And with my vacation days I got left to take, not including this next week, I've only got about 10 working days at work. I'll be going back to work from this vacation on December the 2nd. And then I've got, I don't know, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet, but I am going to take my vacation days in December. So my last day at work is supposed to be December 31st, but it might be, I don't know, sooner than that. I don't know. We'll have to see how I feel about it. Anyway, it's been going pretty good. I had to go to Vanderbilt today for my checkup for my Crohn's disease, and that went pretty well too. Got some good news on that, so everything's okay in that department. Anyways, Sunday, hello Bill, thank you very much for the congrats. On Sunday, I leave for a camping trip to Cades Cove in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Now, I am taking my camping trailer. This will be the second time I've towed it over there. The first time was a trial run since I bought the camper in March. And I took it over there, I was trying to think when that was. It might have been May, I think, second week of May. And I had a flat tire on the way home, which was scary, okay? It was on the interstate. It was on the driver's side of the camper. I had to change the tire. I was not prepared for that. This time I am prepared for that. I have bought 2 new tires on the trailer, and I have bought 2 spare tires to take with me. Okay, so I am prepared. I have a new bottle jack. I have a new wrench to take the wheels off, all that good stuff. So I'm not going to be scared about blowing a tire on my camping trailer again. Okay, I spent the last 2 weeks, first off, the weather here in Tennessee has turned off cold. We had a pretty good fall run up until Friday morning, Saturday night, or not Friday morning, Thursday, yesterday morning. A cold front moved through, and it was cold and windy today, so I was not prepared for that. Had to get the Carhartt on and all that good stuff. But anyways, I'm still going camping. It's supposed to be nice. I'm leaving here Sunday from my house in Crossville, Tennessee. It's about a 100-mile drive from me. It's not very far. And I'm staying Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, coming home Wednesday, okay? And I hope to get some, my concentration is going to be on wildlife this time. I'm looking for some nice pictures of some bucks in the rut over there. I hear things are really looking good in Cades Cove. I talked to a friend of mine tonight. She's going over with some of her girlfriends, Lynn Alexander. Her and I photograph frequently together. And anyway, she's going over tomorrow to meet her friends, and you know, she told me, give me some hints about where some of the bucks have been seen. So I really appreciate the help on that. You know, I'm not been to Cades Cove enough to be a what would you call it, expert veteran. Lynn is, okay. She goes over there quite a bit, so she knows what she's doing over there. Anyways, yeah, so I got the camper all ready to go, and one of the things that I had to do to the camper, and I had to get some power. When you stay in the national park campgrounds, and most of them, over here in the Great Smoky Mountains, there's 3 national park campgrounds. There's Cades Cove, there's Elkmont, and there's Smokemont. None of those campgrounds have electricity. None of them have sewer, and they do not have showers, okay? They do have bathhouses with a toilet, a urinal, and a sink, okay? But that's about it. You are on your own. It's pretty much dry camping, okay? So I wanted to have some power with me. So I had bought a power pack a couple years ago when I was car camping. And it was a little 300 watt hour watt fun pack. It was enough to, you know, run a little USB fan to keep cool, charge my phones, charge my camera batteries, those kind of things. Maybe have a little light in the evening time. But it didn't have enough power to do much of anything else. So what I did is I started looking around, and I was going to buy a Jackery. Okay, Jackery was having a sale back at when Amazon had their last Prime days. Well, stupid me, I didn't even realize that my friend Tim Childers, who has a channel called The New Retired Me, and he had done a review on one of these power packs that was a lot better than a Jackery, okay? And he reminded me of that. I forgot. So, and another thing he reminded me of is he said, I thought you watched my videos. And I did, but I got short-term memory loss like everybody else. Anyways, I purchased the battery power pack on sale through his affiliate link. And I have put a link in the description of this video that I'm doing tonight if you want to go afterwards and look at what it is and what it's all about. I believe, excuse me, I believe they're having a sale right now for Black Friday. So you might want to check that out. Check out Tim's channel, his video he did on the review of it. He did a more extensive review than what I'm about to show you, okay? I'm going to show you a little video clip right now in just a minute of what I did for my setup out here in my camper. So that's like a bonus. The New Retired Me is on here. That is Tim Childers down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Tim's a very good friend of mine. I got several photographer friends down in Chattanooga. There's Phil Thatch down there, and then there's David Sailors. I know all them guys down there. I haven't photographed with David Sailors yet, but someday when I get retired, I'm going down to Chattanooga and I'm going to photograph with David Sailors, and I might just pop in by accident and meet him down there. But anyhow, yeah, I'm going to show you a little video clip right now. I'm going to try to get this running. Listen to me. I've been practicing with OBS. OBS is the studio programs that we use to broadcast these live streams. So yeah, I've been practicing a little bit, so bear with me on this. I'm going to try to run this video so you can see it, okay? Hold on one second. Hope I can do this. Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today what I want to do is I want to give you a little bit of a review on a product that I bought It's a battery inverter type of situation, and I have a small one, okay, a watt fun 300 watt hour. This one here is a 1024 watt hour. This is the Opus or Oops, okay, it's OUPES Mega 1, okay. I bought it from them about a month ago, and I've got it fully charged right now, and I want to just show this to you what it has on it, okay? I bought this off of a recommendation from a friend of mine's YouTube channel, Tim Childers. He has a channel, and I will put a link in the description below because he has a affiliate link that you can get a little bit of a discount. Anyways, here's what it looks like. You can look on the front of the unit. It has 4 20 amp plugs, AC plugs on it. It has 4 regular USB-A ports. Then it has 2 USB-C power delivery 100 watt ports. And then it has a 12 volt cigarette lighter on it and what have you. Now, yesterday I had it in my house, and I have a little portable ceramic heater that I use sometimes, and I plugged it in and turned it on low. When I did, it shot up to about 1,000 watts. Now this thing is supposed to have a 2,000 watt peak on it, according to the label right here, okay? Now what I'm hoping to do, okay, I'm going camping this weekend. What I'm hoping to do is try it out, and I would love to run the microwave in this trailer off of this power pack, okay? Because I'm going to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I'm staying over at Cades Cove Campground. There is no electricity there, okay? You're totally self-sufficient. So to charge this unit, I have 2 different solar panels, okay? And the one I used today to charge it was this one right here. It was a Rockpals 100 watt portable unit, okay? And I'm gonna show you what that looks like real quick. This is what I used to charge it to fully charge today. Now, I bought this unit with my WattFun 300 watt hour battery pack, okay? And it's a 100 watt solar panel, okay? It has, I'll bring you a little bit closer so you can see it, okay? I also have another solar panel. Let me bring you down here so you can see this a little bit better, okay? So this is a 100 watt solar panel, and it folds up like this, okay? See, I think it goes, yeah, it just folds up like a suitcase, okay? Very portable, very lightweight. It probably only weighs about 10 pounds, and it's really good for the little WattFun unit, the 300 watt hour. It charges it pretty quick. What I haven't tried to see how well it does with the Oops Mega 1. Now, in the back of this, okay, if you open it up, there's a little charge controller. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a charge controller. But right here is a USB adapter. It's got 3 USB-A plugs in it right here that you can just plug a phone in. So you can take this to the beach or whatever, and the cable just goes right up inside of there. Now this does not have a charge controller on it, okay? And the Oops and the WattFun does not require a charge controller. In fact, if you have a solar panel with a charge controller, you are not going to be able to charge these 2 units because they control their own power input internally, okay? I've already tried this. So that solar panel there does not have a charge controller with it. And you can, that's what you want to use, a solar panel like that, to charge these battery units, because these battery units have a controller built inside of them that controls how much power they get. Now the Oops Mega 1, there's some voltage regulations on this, and I have emailed them to see if they will work with my other solar panel. My other solar panel is a Renogy 200 watt suitcase style. It weighs about 35 pounds. I bought it to charge the battery on the trailer, okay? It may be a little overkill, but what I'm trying to find out is, I tried to hook the Oops up to it, and it would not charge the Oops. It said it couldn't find the battery, okay? And that's because I was using the charge controller that came with the solar panels. What I'm trying to find out now is, with the 200 watt solar panels. If I disconnect the charge controller and go to review, then what I've done here, because basically what I've done today just sucks, okay? So if you've watched it this far, watch it some more, and I'm gonna try to get some better review footage while I'm camping. So there you go. I don't know if you noticed the stutter in the video right there, but OBS somehow disconnected and reconnected. I'm not too sure what was happening right there. It might be my internet here at the house. I'm not sure. Anyways, that was a little information about my battery pack setup. So this is the first time I'll be using the OOPS Mega 1, and I will probably do some kind of review at camp when I have to charge the battery or use the battery. I did check it out with the microwave in the trailer. I disconnected the plug out of the wall and plugged it into the Mega 1 and ran it for 30 seconds. No problem at all. So I'm very confident that this battery pack will run the microwave. The microwave drew about 1400 watts. That little ceramic heater I tried was drawing about 1000 watts. And the thing with that heater, there's a gauge on the OOPS that tells you how much battery time you have left. And when the heater was on there, it said I had about 37 minutes, okay? So that heater, I don't plan on using that heater because the heater in the camping trailer works. I'm gonna run on propane for that, okay? So that's my plan with that, you know. So the camper's all ready. We're going to do a better video on the OOPS. Although I am not a spokesperson for OOPS, I did not get the OOPS for free. I paid for it with my own money. So I'm no obligation to do any kind of reviews for them, but I will probably do a review anyways, because that's what I like to do, okay? Yeah, one of the things I wanted to talk about was some gear, okay? Some gear that I'm taking with me, and I haven't made my final list, okay? I'm gonna take 2 camera bodies, and I'm not too sure about the lens selection. So I will be taking the Nikon Z8, okay? And I will be taking the Nikon D500. Of course, if I take the Nikon D500, I will be taking the 500 PF lens for that use on that, for the reach. On the Nikon Z8, I will probably take the 70-200 f2.8 FL EDVR, the F-mount lens, okay? The good one, with the fluoride coating on it. I will be taking that for the Z8 for in the woods type shooting, okay, when I'm hiking or walking in the woods, which I plan to do a lot of this time. The other thing, the other lens I'll probably take just in case will be the 14-30 f4 and the 24-120 f4, just in case I had an opportunity to do some kind of landscape photography. Now, it's supposed to rain one day while I'm over there, so I may go up into Tremont and do some waterfall type photography up in there, and I'll definitely want the 14-30. That is it. That is all I'm taking. I'm not taking any other camera gear except tripods, okay? And that leads me to my next subject. Yes, Tim, I will let you know how the Mega 1 performs, okay? Okay, glad I got the sound fixed too. Anyways, it takes me into gear just for a second, and it has to do with tripod setup. Now, I watched a video, I can't remember who did it now, it might have been Steve Perry, about a new product, and let me show you a picture of that. Let me see if I can get that up on the screen. A new product that was put out by Wimberley, and it's called a MH100 mono gimbal head for monopods. Now look at the price of that at B&H. It's $179. It is pricey, okay? I decided I wanted to try that, okay? So I ordered one, and it came last Friday, and I have a monopod here. I have an older Manfrotto. It's probably about 25 years old. Okay, I probably bought it back in 2000. It's a 3249B. It's the old twist locks on it. It's aluminum. Okay. The only thing that's not it's a good monopod. The only thing that I don't like about it is it's not quite tall enough for me, okay? When I stand up, I tower way above it, up above the top of it up here, okay, way up here. So it's not really tall enough for me, and it's okay. I don't use it all that often. But what I thought I would have done, okay, is I would have put that Wimberley that I'm showing you on the screen right there. Let me get that off the screen. That I would show that Wimberley. Okay, I forgot I had that going. I'm looking over here at my Pocket 3 and it's got a screen on it, but I forget that I got something else playing on the computer. So let me back up just a minute. So this is my Manfrotto monopod. I don't use it a whole lot. It is a 3249B. It's probably about 25 years old and it's in really good shape. It's because I don't use it a lot. Okay, and I decided I was going to put that head on top of this and try it out. Well, I'm not a monopod shooter. I just don't have enough practice with it. And I took it outside in the backyard, tried to use it out there. I found it kind of cumbersome for me and it didn't feel natural, okay? And thank you, Woody. I fixed it, Joe. I fixed you can't see it. Yeah, so I tried it out in the backyard and it just didn't feel right to me. I am a tripod person. And then I remembered something, okay? I remembered about 4 years ago, okay, I bought a Ballhead, okay, from Acratech. And I bought it based on a review from a photographer out in Pacific Northwest named Nick Page, okay? And Nick Page did a review on this Ballhead, and I ordered one of them. And you know what? I love this Ballhead. It gets a lot of use. You can see the scratches on it and what have you. What I love about this Ballhead is the wide open capability of it here. You can put this under the sink and clean it, okay? And it just works. It's solid, it won't move or anything. But I remember when I bought it, okay, it has two features to it. One of them is you can make this into a pano head by just reversing this. You take the plate off of this end, put this end on the tripod and put the plate on the other end, and it has a pano gauge and everything on it right there at the bottom. I don't use it that way, okay? But then I remembered also that the gentleman who owns the company had talked to me on the phone about this. It also works as a gimbal head. So all you do is you lay it down like this, okay? And now it works like a gimbal head. So what I decided to do was try this out tonight. So I took my Nikon D7100, because I have my 500 PF on the D500. I took the D7100 with the new 70 to 200 lens and decided I would show you how you can use this like the Wimberley, okay? So yeah, so right now it's pretty balanced right there, okay? So now you're able to do this, okay? And you're also able to do this, okay? Now, is it as smooth as the Wimberley? Probably not, okay? But it's the same principle, okay? See how that's hanging out there? So, I guess you can imagine what I did at this point, okay? When I thought about this, I returned the Wimberley. For $180, I returned the Wimberley, okay? I had to pay $12 to ship it back. But it was worth a try, okay? That's what I'm trying to get at. It was worth a try. Yeah, Woody. I'm just not a monopod guy, you know. But you know what? This right here, I may give this a try out in the backyard, you know, because it's actually a lot better than trying to manipulate the camera this way, and then you got to hold it and turn the knob to lock it so it doesn't flop over on you. By doing this, it's already flopped over, and you just got this movement on here. So this is an Acratech GPX or GPS Ballhead. I forget which one's out there now. They are not cheap, okay? The new Acratech Ballheads I've looked at online, they are about $500, okay? And I know there's probably better choices out there, but I'm gonna tell you something. This Acratech Ballhead, it works really well, you know. Now, a second tripod that I use is a big boy, okay? This thing will go up to about 7 foot tall. This is a Robus RC 5570, I think it is. I'm just gonna stand at one part of the legs, okay? But I spent some money on this one, and I put a Really Right Stuff BH55 ball head on it, okay? Now this is a nice ball head. It's really nice, okay? I got the one with the pano option on top, okay? So if I want to do panos, I just lock the ball head down level, okay, like that. There's got a leveling thing on there. And then while your camera's on there, you just it just turns like that, okay? If you want to do panos. Let me show you real quick. I'm gonna put my Z8 on there and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, now all my cameras have L brackets, okay? And I buy the good stuff. I buy the Kirk or the Really Right Stuff. Now on the Z8, I had to buy a new one, and they're about $150. On the D500, I had to buy a new one. But on the D7100, I was able to find a used L bracket for that. And the only one I haven't been able to find an L bracket for is the little Z50, okay? They just don't make a custom L bracket for that. Maybe on the Z50 Mark II they will. They'll make something custom on that, okay? But here's the point. You level this, I'm gonna show you. You don't need to level your tripod. You level the head, okay? And that's what I wanna do is a little bubble level on top, and I'm gonna level that like that, okay? And you're done, that's it. You put your camera in there, and you can do panos all day long, okay? And you just, you know, it stays level, okay? Now, I need to lock this. I need to lock this down right here, okay? I don't need the ball head turning on me. I just need the top part turning on me. See that? Now, here's what's the beauty about this. This is a horizontal mode. If I want to switch to vertical mode, I pick it up, flip the camera around, lock it back down. Now I'm in the same position, but now I'm vertical. See how easy that is? I am a firm believer in L brackets, okay? I like this Really Right Stuff BH55 ball head. I paid quite a bit of money for it, probably about, I don't know, $580, $600, almost as much as the Acratech is. And I think it's more functional, but this is a beast of a tripod. When I normally use this tripod, I usually use it for panos because of the pano head that's on it, or when I have the 180 to 600 on the Z8, okay, because of the girth of that, okay. And while we're talking about that, let me show you something I did, okay. This is the Z8 right here. Let me show you something that I did, and I didn't realize this, okay, but I changed, let me take this 70 to 200 to show you. I changed my feet, my tripod foot on my D500 first. Didn't realize, and it's a Leaf Photo. I bought a Leaf Photo. It was like $40. It's an NF-019, I'm sorry. You can get them on Amazon. B&H sells them. It's a nice foot, okay, for 40 bucks. And I didn't see any reason to spend $150 or $250 on a tripod foot. So I bought one from my 500 PF, and it was really nice. Then I didn't realize this, but the same foot fits this 70 to 200 FL ED VR lens. So I got the one off the 500 PF to confirm it. It does. They're the same tripod foot. So I ordered another one for this lens. So my 500 PF has a Arca Swiss tripod foot now for 40 bucks. And now my 70 to 200 has one for 40 bucks. I think it's a quality product. And it works really well, okay? It's tight, it doesn't jiggle, nothing, okay? And I've already carried it around like this and what have you, and I'm not afraid to do that, okay? Now, on the 180 to 600, it's a little different story. And for the life of me, for you Nikon guys, I don't understand why Nikon don't include Arca Swiss feet, tripod feet, compatible. I don't understand that, okay? I don't know. I just don't get with the program, Nikon. Come on. But on the 180 to 600, I had to buy a Kirk tripod collar. It's a complete collar. I'll show it to you real quick, okay? It's very expensive, all right? I don't normally do this, but I hated not having a Arca Swiss foot so bad with this lens that I did it. So this is a real Kirk Enterprise. I'll show you how it comes apart. You just unscrew it right here, and it comes right off the lens just like that, okay? And that's it right there. $265 for that puppy, okay? It's nice, okay, and it works really well. So you've got to, you know, determine what it's worth to you to have an Arca Swiss foot instead of a one that you adapted to it. This is a really nice tripod foot. It works really well, okay? And it's very expensive, but hey, you know, so is a lot of camera gear we use. You know what I mean? Anyways, oh, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so yeah, one of the things I'm going to do tonight, stick around for a little while. I'm going to be on here for just a little while. I'm going to do some photo edits later on in the video. I got a couple photographs I want to work on here and try to use Lightroom while I'm online and see how that works out. But I'll tell you one thing I want to talk about is junk lighting, okay? I bought some LED lights. I bought one 4 or 5 months ago from Amazon. It's made by a company called Andoer, A-N-D-O-E-R, and it's worked pretty well. It's working tonight, okay, right here in front of me. But it won't. I got a second one, okay. I bought a second one in October because I wanted another lighting source in here, and these are battery-powered lights. Here, I'll show you what one looks like real quick. Well, you just seen this one. They're not very big. They're little panels, and you know they got a little push button type power switch here. You got to push and hold the dial. It's kind of quirky, but it works. Except the second one I bought in October, it won't hold a charge. You charge it up and let it charge full charge, and you let it sit here, not turned on, and the battery runs down while you're not using it. So I was going to return it to Amazon, and I missed the return window by 2 days. Imagine that. I had a 30-day return window, and I missed it by 2 days. So I have contacted the company not once, but twice via email, and I have not heard back from them. Now, the light's only $26, but it's the principle. If you're going to warranty something, then you need to be responsive to your customers. So Andoer, I posted a review on Amazon and it was not favorable. They accepted the review. They're not very good lights. They're $26, but they're not very good. Okay, one of them's working really good, the other one's not working so good. So I probably stuck with it. I don't think the company's going to respond to me, not unless they're watching this video. So if Andoer, that's A-N-D-O-E-R, from Amazon, you're watching this video, you need to get in touch with me, okay? Maybe we can work out some kind of affiliate program where I do some reviews for you. Anyways, yeah, that's something to watch out for when you're buying this Chinese stuff from Amazon. You need to make sure that you know, you can get it replaced or warranted. I bought a tripod head. It was a fluid head that I did not care for, and I wanted to send it back. I could not send it back. You need to read the fine print when you're buying from Amazon. Not everything is sold at or from the Amazon warehouse direct. A lot of it's coming from vendors that are part of Amazon's program, and they're sending it to you directly, and they have their own return policies away from Amazon. So you need to watch what you're buying from Amazon, especially since we're getting close to Black Friday, okay? The sales are already out there. Get you some coffee if you got it. I'm starting to see some of the sales already. So yeah, you want to watch that, those return policies on there. So, you know, I was online last night and Phil did a video on the Z50 Mark II, which I find very intriguing. He had a lot of good information he gave out. And at first, I was not a fan, okay? I was not going to purchase this camera. And then I started watching some of the reviews that had come out there from some of the big guys and paying attention to what they were saying. And I decided that I'm probably going to get the Z50 Mark II. Now, this is not the Z50 Mark II. This is the Z50. And I'll tell you what, I bought this camera used over the summer, and I just love this little camera. Okay, it's great to walk around with. It's, you know, it's good. I call it a bang around camera. I use a wrist strap on mine. I'll show you right here. This is by Peak Design. I think it's called the Clutch. So I just have a wrist strap on mine. You can see there if it falls off, it's not going anywhere. Makes it really nice to walk around downtown with and stuff. There's a couple things about it, but I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to sell it. I checked on MPB, and I think a few others have checked on MPB, and MPB is only offering about $320 for an excellent Z50 with no lens. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to keep it. I have a 16 to 50 that I bought used. Okay, look how little that is. Just look how little that camera is. I bought this 16 to 50, 3.5, 6.3 used from KEH. I didn't pay a whole lot of money for it. I have another lens, a 50 to 250 kit lens coming this week from MPB that I've traded some gear in on, and I'm looking forward to using that 50 to 250 on this crop sensor camera, which gives you what, a 75 to 375 reach. That's pretty good for a crop sensor camera. It takes really sharp pictures. The 16 to 50 lens works really well. I've also used the 10 to 20 F-mount DX crop sensor lens with this. It works really well too. It's really responsive. Anyways, I wish they'd make a L bracket for this, a proper one. I'm using just a regular Arca Swiss plate, cheap one I got from K&F. But anyways, the Z50 I'm on the list at my favorite camera store. Phil was #1 and he already got his. I called up there today to Murphy's and they said that mine had not come in yet. So they'd only got a few of them in, and he said it shouldn't be too long. I should be hearing from them shortly, okay? So I just hope it's not while I'm on vacation next week. I hope they wait till after Thanksgiving to give me a call. Anyways, I'm looking forward to picking up the Z52. I understand it's got the XP7 processor in it. I'm sorry. It's got a different sensor, but it's the same megapixels from what I understand. I think it's a different sensor. It's probably based off the D500, D7500 type sensors, you know. The autofocus is supposed to be, you know, twofold better. It's supposed to have bird detect and auto detect and those kind of things. So it's a much more powerful camera. It's a little bit larger from what I understand. Phil showed some examples last night. It's a little bit larger than the Z50 Mark I, but that's okay. You know, I was hoping to use this one as my studio video camera, but unfortunately, when Nikon made this camera, they didn't put a USB-C port that's power delivery in it. There is a port here for charging, but I don't think you can charge and use the camera at the same time, which is important when you're doing studio work. You're on here for an hour or so. So tonight I'm using my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which has a webcam feature to it, and it came with the DJI Mic 2, so I'm fully mic'd up, and really the quality of this video camera is pretty good. But I still would like the capability to have something like this. I know there's one guy on here from Folk Art and Camera. I put a link to his channel in the description too. I like that guy. You might want to check him out. He's pretty laid back, and you know, there's no pressure. You know, and he lives out in the south, up in the Pacific Northwest, up in Oregon or Seattle, somewhere in that area. But he has, yeah, I just lost my train of thought there. See what happens when you get old? Yeah. Anyways, he likes to use the Z8 for videoing. I even forgot what I was going to say. If somebody can remember what it was, remind me what it was in the comment. I just went to the doctor today. They didn't check my brain. Yeah, when you're 67 years old, you're allowed to forget things, I guess, you know. Well, not according to my wife anyways. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about the gear tonight. I'm not going to do any kind of packing review or anything for my Cades Cove trip. Those are kind of boring. So, and of course, this live stream might be boring too. I've only got 8 people on there tonight. You know, if you get a chance, hit the thumbs up button if you're on there tonight. What I'm going to attempt to do now is I'm going to attempt to do some photo editing, okay, on here. And I'm not too sure how that's going to work out. So let me switch off. Oh yeah, the Z50 power delivery port stuff for webcam use. Yes, exactly. Okay, let me finish that up. Thank you, Hymnos. Is that how you say that? Yeah, welcome to the live stream. Anyways, the power delivery of the Z50 is not the same as on the Z62, the Z8, and what have you through a USB-C port. So from what I understand, you have to buy a dummy battery connector thing to go in the battery compartment. And I haven't looked at Amazon for that yet. And that would power your Z50 while you're doing a live stream with it. That's what I hope to keep it for. I had thoughts about the Z50, about converting it to infrared. And I think Phil mentioned that last night, that he might try to convert his to infrared. I'm just, you know, at first infrared piqued my interest, but I've done some research on it and stuff, and the processing for it is a little bit different, and I don't know, you know, the pictures, I love the pictures, I love the infrared photography, but I'm not too sure I want to take and convert this camera to that. I think I'd rather have it for in the studio type use and that kind of stuff, you know. And you look at Hudson Henry, on his videos, he's got a Z50, and it's his little knock-around camera. He hands it to his kids to use, and you know, when they go on vacation and stuff, and you know, he don't mind too much. And you know, the Z50 Mark II body only is only $909. That's pretty reasonable. Okay, I missed an opportunity a couple weeks ago. Nikon Refurbished had a sale, and I missed it. I seen it, but I didn't jump on it, and I should have. I've been looking for a D7500, okay, just to have in the stable. And I used to have one a long time ago and loved that camera for all it was worth, okay. It has the same sensor, almost the same everything as a D500, except it does not shoot as fast, and it does not have the same number of autofocus points, okay, or the same autofocus system. That's a good point there, Woody. Maybe the next time I get on one of his live streams, I might ask him. Is he using the Z50 at all in his live streams? I don't recall. Now here we go again. Okay, I got to quit looking at the comments. Maybe this other gentleman, him knows. You can remind me what I was just talking about again. Yeah. That's the problem with doing live streams. You're kind of on the fly. You don't have a script or anything, and if you lose your train of thought or somebody interrupts you, I got to quit looking at the comments. But anyways, yeah, back to what I was saying. I'm going to try this photo editing here again and see if I can make this happen. And I need to run over here and switch over to Lightroom. What I can do right here real quick. If I can find Lightroom. I'll have to probably import these photographs. Let me go full screen here, because I just copied them from my server. And if you watched my live stream earlier, I was working on my network attached storage, and it's over there clunking away right now at a hard drive trying to rebuild it. So let me do a quick import. I want to show you these other photographs I did. Got to go find them out here. They're on my C drive. I copied them over, and they're in this folder right here. Yeah, okay. I have a HP Envy 17-inch. It's pretty old, and it wanted me to, it's always wanted me to update the graphics driver on it. Well, I've tried several times, and I'm not able to update the graphics driver. I don't know why. As soon as these fix up right here, hold on one second. I don't even know what the file names were now. I gotta look at the pictures. It's crunching on it. I think they're right here. I think it's this one. Yes, this one. And there's, let's get this one imported. Yeah, this is a good one to show you. Let me import these real quick. Add. Where we're going to put them at. Let's put them in the same place. It'd be AOBS right there. Oh, now I can see them. So let's see. Let me uncheck all. I want this one and that one, and then I had another. Here we go, the barn picture. Select this one, and this one, and those. And we're going to import those right now. Stick with me there. Let me see here. Peter Gregg had a Z52 loaner from B&H. It's on the recommend list to buy. Said it would be a D500 replacement for me. Told him no. You're correct about that, Woody. It's not close to a D500 replacement, that's for sure. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start off with an edit here. And hopefully you can see this. I'm going to take it to full screen real quick. This is the raw image of this photograph. I posted this on my Facebook page yesterday. These are elk that are located on the property of the place I work. There was 3 bachelors and a small female up there. I'm sure the bachelors were hanging around because of the female, and they were moving around quite a bit. You can approach these pretty fair distance, but you know, with the 500 PF, I didn't need to get too close to these to get a good picture. They are skittish as humans, but they're used to humans being around because people ride their side-by-sides and four-wheelers in that area. So they're used to that. If you are in a vehicle, they don't mind. But if you stop, they'll turn their head and they'll start walking away from you, okay? So I was lucky we came back through the second time and he was just standing out there, and as we came around this cedar tree, he just looked at me and I was able to snap a few photographs. Now this is a pretty good sharp image, okay? I just need some work, okay? One of the things, it's a little noisy, all right? And that's because it was shot at ISO 2000, which I'm showing here on the screen. So the photograph was shot at 1/1000th of a second, f/5.6 ISO 2000. Now I handhold a lot on my D500 and my 500 PF because I can, and it's a lot more convenient than trying to use a tripod to do these shots. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the final outcome of this photograph, full screen, okay, and show you. I'll just zoom in here a little bit, let that render. And I'm going to show you how I got to this point. You can see it's a sharp photograph. It was a foggy morning. Look at the hair along the back of his, right here, back of his neck, and his facial hair around here, how sharp that is. So that was at 5.6 ISO, f-stop. Now I'm going to show you how I process this, okay? I process the whole photograph. I process the whole thing in Lightroom, okay? So I'm going to go into the develop module here, and as you can see, everything is zeroed out. This is the raw image out of the camera. The first thing I do is I use denoise, okay? And I'm going to go right down here to the detail section, okay, right here, and I'm going to click on the denoise. Wait a minute, I want to zero this out. Let me zero this out. It's got sharpening on it. I'm going to click on denoise, the Lightroom denoise, and it's going to load up. And then depending on the ISO, this is what I do now. It might be different from what you do, and that's fine. We all do things differently, but this is what works for me. Depending on the ISO of noise, it will be the amount of percentage that I use. So normally for me, my rule of thumb is if I do like 1600 ISO, I'll do like 75% in the amount, okay? I don't touch anything else. If it's upwards of towards 3200, I might go to 80, 85%. And if it's above 3200, if it gets into 4000, I'll probably go to 90%. I don't ever go to 100%. So in this case here, I'm going to use 75%, okay? And this is all default stuff. I don't change anything here. It's going to create a stack, which means it's going to create another DNG file for me, and it's going to stack them together so you can see them all together. I don't know why it does that. I get these errors sometimes. Oh, so now it's saying the graphics processor. Let's try this again. Maybe that's why I got to upgrade the graphics processor. Yeah, okay. So there's the problem right there. If my graphics processor won't handle the denoise, then I don't even think it matters how much it is. Yeah. There was an unknown error. okay? See, I can't use denoise on this computer because the graphics processor has not been updated, okay? Anyways, we're going to go on, just pretend like it was denoised, okay? It does a really good job of it. I did watch some videos last week of Steve Perry had one, and he did some comparisons of the Lightroom denoise, the Topaz denoise, and the DxO Pure Raw. Now, I have all those products, and I have always been a big Topaz denoise user, okay? I just love their products. They were the first ones I had. When Lightroom came out with denoise last year, I didn't think a whole lot about it, okay? I didn't pay attention to what other people were saying because, you know, as they say, it's kind of hard to teach an old horse new tricks, okay? But after watching Steve Perry's video last week, I said, you know what, I'm going to just dig into this a little bit deeper and see. And he was right. Topaz denoise and DxO Pure Raw, when they denoise something and the software can't figure something out in the details, it'll make stuff up and just make it up. And I have had this happen to me, and I can prove this, especially when I shoot great blue herons. I've noticed this before. When I shoot great blue herons, you can get, you know, they're a pretty flat bird, you know, when they're standing sideways to you. So if you're shooting at f5.6, the whole bird should pretty much be sharp to you, okay? And a lot of them stand sideways to me when I'm shooting. And what I've noticed is the head and eyes, the eyes will be sharp, but then down the back side of its long neck, it just looks really mushy, okay? I don't know if any of y'all have noticed that before when you use Topaz denoise. I just noticed that. So I did, and I didn't like what I was seeing. And a lot of times when that would happen, I would just throw the picture away because I didn't think I could recover anything. Now, I have not tested any of my great blue herons with the Lightroom denoise, but Steve has, okay? Steve Perry has, and you just have to do a search on his channel. Anybody who's a wildlife photographer ought to know who Steve Perry is. Another one was Scott Keys. I like to watch Scott Keys quite a bit. I think those guys are very truthful about what they say, and I know Steve Perry is. He's well thought of. Anyways, I'm going to go to the finished version I did. Okay, back to the finished version since I can't use denoise. Anytime now. Oh, that's the wrong. Yeah, what happened there? Shoot, I don't even know what happened now. I've lost something here, okay? Yeah, this ain't working out for me. Sorry about that. I thought I could do this. I'm gonna have to practice with this a little bit more. Anyways, I just wanted to show you this picture. I don't know why this computer is doing what it's doing. Well, there it is now. Anyways, some of the edits on that are not showing up here. I don't know what's going on, what it's done. It's overwritten something when it tried to do that. That's why I got the error message. Anyways, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I was using my older Mac, well, I say my older MacBook. I had an M1 MacBook, but for some reason when I tried to do live streams with it on battery power, I think it was because on battery power, I was having some issues with it. It was cutting out, the camera was cutting out, what have you. The USB port was acting up. So I went back to my old Windows PC and been using that. And obviously I need to upgrade the drivers. This is a barn picture I took. Let me see if I can find the original. Yeah, here's the original of that. Let me go full screen. Let me get rid of this one right here. This is a JPEG version of it. I don't know why it's here. Get rid of that. So here's the original shot of this. Let me go full screen with it. Okay, I was using the Z8 with the 70-200 2.8 FL ED-VR lens, and we were out doing some fall photography. I stood across the street. You can see portions of the road down there at the bottom right, and some other remnants of man-made stuff in the bottom left, and we just seen this interesting barn, And so I took a couple frames of it, and when I came home, I didn't care for the sky, so I did a sky replacement in Photoshop. Okay, I admit to that. And I do that from time to time, especially if the sky looks like something like that, where it's just washed out. There was no detail in the sky. So I just did a replacement because it was in the morning, and it could have been perceived as a sunrise at that time. And then I did some saturation and some burning and dodging in the trees. If you look right here in the center of this barn, okay, you can see the colors there brought out in the foliage. And I'm just drawing the old barns. And, you know, we were out riding around the countryside. I took Lynn with me, and her and I went out for the day. And we just found some interesting things to photograph. But since I have a graphics card issue, I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with that. And I'm going to try to solve that. Before the next live stream I do. Like I said, this is all growing pains for me. You know, trying to get things like this, trying to be a little more informative. What I want to do in 2025 is I want to do more kind of like editing training type videos where I show you how I edit a photograph. I ran across a guy yesterday, the day before yesterday, at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was 8 o'clock at night in Queensland, and that's where he was from. And his live stream popped up in my suggested videos, and he was doing a live stream edit of a photograph. And I thought that was so cool. He only had 4 people viewing him. Okay, I was one of them. But I thought it was so cool that he was doing a live stream video editing. Okay, I would love to get to that level. So anyways, hey, y'all got any questions before I get off here? I don't have anything more I want to do or show you. Like I said, I'm going to be gone for a while. I can't believe that Lightroom stuff didn't work. I have to get on to that. Well, anyways, thanks for joining me tonight. Like Woody said, it's a 2-for Friday deal. I did a live stream video earlier this afternoon on upgrading my Synology network attached storage. If you want to see that, you can go in there. And, you know, I'm going to do a camping video from Cades Cove. And I don't know when I'll get it out. Maybe next Saturday after Thanksgiving I will. I've got another channel that keeps me really busy. It's called Windrock TV, and I do a lot of videos from work and stuff up there, and it's become a pretty popular channel, so I've been doing a lot of video work over there too. So anyways, thanks for joining me tonight. Appreciate it. If you get a chance and you enjoyed the live stream, give it a thumbs up, like for me, and consider subscribing to the channel if you want to keep up with what I do. My name is Ron Durant, and I am a photographer in East Tennessee. And you all have a nice evening now. Bye-bye. See you, Joe. Thanks for coming. My name is Ron Durant, and I am a photographer in East Tennessee. And you all have a nice evening now.